Well, hello there. Today I wanted to have a look at these two really excellent little keychain pocket multi-tools. We've got the Nextool Mini Flagship, the original version, and the Nextool Mini Flagship F12, the newer upgraded version. And there they are next to a few other kind of pocket tools just for size comparison. Got a little Victorinox Rambler, Leatherman Squirt PS4, Nextool Mini Sailor, and there's just a Victorinox Companion, just for size comparison. But just to say off the bat, I think these are excellent little tools. I put off buying these for the longest time because I thought they looked a bit goofy, really, the strange little shape of them. But I really like them in the flesh, and they pack an absolutely excellent tool set. Either one of these packs a really good tool set, and they're a really good price as well. I am going to do another video comparing these to some of the other available keyring options. That'll follow presently, but for this vid I just wanted to look at these together and compare these two models. Both of these are about 62mm long, or around 2.44 inches. Weight wise, I've got the older version at 80, let's call it 81 grams, and the F12 at 80 grams. In ounces, we've got 2.8 for the old version and 2.8 for the F12 version. So with both of these you get the same basic chassis, and a lot of the tools are very similar, but with some quite significant changes from the old version to this new version. So let's have a quick look. So on both you get this decent size set of pliers. Do they look bigger on the new one? No, I think they're the same size, and I think they're the same thickness. Is that an optical illusion, or is that one slightly chunkier? Just get my calipers back. Base of the tool is 4.1mm on the old version, and 4.1. Yeah, that's an optical illusion. They're the same width towards the base. 2.9 at the end. Yeah, they're the same. The pliers are the same size. And although these are a small set of pliers, you can wang as much pressure as you can on those, and it hasn't popped and split and the back springs sprung out or anything. I'm looking at you, Gerberdime. And compared to other multi-tool pliers, obviously these are much smaller, but they're still really useful for smaller tasks. When your fingers can't apply enough force to turn something or grab something, then you need a set of pliers. And although smaller, these are still really useful. You've got needle nose regular and some kind of wire cutters in there. The other kind of star of the show really is the scissors. You get a relatively really large set of scissors on both of these. It's quite an ingenious design, and I love that Nextool are innovating like this. There's some great stuff coming out of China. The days of cheap Chinese garbage are long gone, if you ask me, with companies like Nextool and Roxon producing some really excellent stuff, innovating, pushing forward. And yeah, this is great that you get a little set of pliers and a fairly decent and substantial set of scissors in both these little tiny tools. And I've got to say that scissors on both of these are pretty good. So we'll just have a little look at the older model. Cutting paper, yeah, they're absolutely fine. That's great. They will cut your nails okay. Let's just snip a bit of that one off if I can get them in. They're a bit thicker than Victorinox scissors. But yeah, they'll cut your nails okay, they'll cut paper okay. These ones on paracord, not so good at the end, but if you get it right down there, they cut better. A couple of snips, but they go through that bit of paracord, no problem at all. And this is the paracord with a waxed fire lighter in there as well, which is always a little bit more difficult to cut. But yeah, they cut that absolutely fine. Look at the F12 version. Again, no problems at all there. They're absolutely fine. And they'll cut my nails absolutely fine. Again, they're a little bit wider than the Victorinox scissors, so maybe not as good or easy to manoeuvre for nail maintenance. But they'll cut fine. Again, a bit of paracord. These seem to cut a bit better near the top or near the middle. Yeah, a couple of snips to get through, but that's absolutely fine. Let's just compare it to the Victorinox ones for a laugh, as I still maintain Victorinox remain the best scissors. Now it's this paracord. These are good scissors, really good. It's nice that they've got this wider handle, which will still hurt your fingers a little bit if you're pressing really hard, but it's a wider area to grip on. These are good for thicker and harder materials, and they're a really good set of scissors on both. There is a difference in the scissors though. On the old version, they're just plain edge scissors. on both sides, a plain edge there. On the F12 version, you get one plain edge blade, and the other blade is serrated. The idea being that this can bite into thicker, harder materials a bit more efficiently than plain edged scissors. And yeah, not sure, not used these on anything harder than paracord as yet, but yeah, these will both go through zip ties and things like that, cable ties and stuff, pallet ties, no problem. Nice, sturdy, durable sets of scissors on both. Nice action on all the tools, they both open up really well. So far I've not had them long. On both tools you get a nice long reach kind of 2D Phillips screwdriver, and this works well. I've tried it around the house and everything. Works fine on quite a wide range of Phillips screws, that's good, nice long reach. I haven't managed to bend them yet or anything, but on the F12 version they've also added a little measuring scale with centimetres and inches, like a depth gauge or measuring scale, and I find this can come in useful sometimes for measuring little nuts and bolts and things like that. Really great to have it on there. I'd rather it be on there than not, so that's a nice little upgrade. Both got files with 3 different textures on there. A single cut on that side, and in theory, you know, like a metal saw type on the underside there, but you can easily see that this file on the F12 is much bigger, so it's going to be more useful. And I've got to say they've really improved the texture of the file on this F12 version. The file on this one, the original, is not great, let's be honest. Especially that single cut side, it's not great at all really, but it's a bit more aggressive. It's going to be much more useful in practice on this new F12 upgraded version. That's a really decent file on there. Also slotted screwdrivers on the end, wider. This is just better. This is going to make a better light duty pry tool, better slotted screwdriver than this much smaller tip on the old version. The new file also has a liner lock. You press that to fold the tool back in. Clicks into place, that is locked into position. The old version doesn't have that, it's just a slip joint file. Not a problem, but yeah, it's got a liner lock on the F12 version. Then on the old version, you've got the bottle opener with this can opener tool on the end there. I always, in the back of my mind, think, well, it's handy to have a can opener on my pocket tool. I can't remember the last time I needed to use a can opener on my multi-tool, but the old version's got it on there, and you never know, just in case, that might save the day. But on the F12 version, they've got rid of the can opener and they've put a smaller slotted screwdriver tip on there, which is great. You've still got the bottle opener, and it's a decent little thickness for some very light duty prying, prodding and poking. So you've got 2 different sizes of slotted screwdrivers on the F12 version. That's just a slip joint. Then just need to look at the blades. They've both got this kind of lamb's foot blade on there. It's a nice utilitarian shape, don't mind that at all. The old version is just a slip joint, absolutely fine, don't have a problem with that being a slip joint. The new version, like the file, has this liner lock. You press that, releases the lock. That's not going to fold in on you, that's nice and safe and secure. So in theory, that's great. Having a liner lock is great for safety and everything. But for me, as a UK citizen, that means I'm not legally allowed to carry this tool out in public because it's got a bloody liner lock on the knife blade. So frustrating. I would argue there's no need for a liner lock on a blade this size, honestly. And it really limits legally how I can carry this knife. Fine for you guys in the USA, but not so good for the UK and some other countries as well that don't allow locking blades, even such a tiny one like this. I also forgot to mention the upgraded one, the F12, has this really nice pocket clip as well. That's nice and firm and tight, but not too tight to get it on and off. That's a really good pocket clip. When it's in your pocket, you do see that little area peeping out. It's not particularly deep carry, but that's a really good way of carrying it. The old version's got this key ring, which is all right. You can put it on a lanyard or something like that, or a dangler. But I think it's much more convenient to have this little clip. Just bung it in your pocket, clip to the outside. It's not rattling around at the bottom of your pocket. It's not getting in the way of anything else. That's an excellent addition. Other thing just to show you is there's a little fluorescent glow-in-the-dark tip on the end of the scissor handle there, which glows nicely for a short while. Don't know how useful that is, seeing as it's going to be in your pocket most of the time, but yeah, that's a nice little touch. Quite like that being on there. Doesn't serve much purpose, but yeah, cool. And you don't get that little feature on the original version. So yeah, a few little changes between them, but the main one, perhaps, is the upgrade in steel used on all the tools on this F12 version. All the tools on the old one, including the knife blade, are made out of 30CR13 steel, but on the F12 they've upgraded the steel on all the tools. The knife blade on this one is now 8CR14 MOV, so that should be a significant upgrade in terms of performance to the softer steel on the old knife. That's really good. But also all the other tools and implements are now on the F12 version made out of the 5CR15 MOV versus the 30CR13 on the old one. So stronger, better steel on the tools on the new version. So you've got a locking file, a locking knife, better tool steel, a pocket clip, the same great form factor and innovative design. It's wonderful. But yeah, I'm not supposed to carry this around in public because of the locking blade. It's really frustrating for me as an Englishman, that. And I know you could say, well, just grind off or bend or grind off the liner lock there. Problem solved. Well, yeah, but then it's just going to be a friction folder. There's nothing holding the knife blade closed if I remove that liner lock. And more importantly, there's just nothing holding it open. It's not a slip joint. It's literally just held in place by the liner lock. So that is an issue. And a really frustrating one for me as an English bloke. But you pays your money, you takes your choice. I'd say both of these are really good. This one I bought from Amazon and it was 30 quid. And this one I also bought from Amazon and it was only 32 quid. So for 2 quid more, you are getting a much better tool. But yeah, big question mark for me over legality of carry. But this one is also fine. And yeah, I really do like both of these tools. They're excellent. Are they a replacement for something like the Rambler? They finally created something to fill the boots, the void left by the discontinuation of the Leatherman Squirt PS4. Well, yeah, I'll discuss that in my next video. But just to round off by saying, yeah, these are brilliant. They seem really well made, very reasonably priced. Excellent tool set. Very good. Really like them. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Look forward to reading what your thoughts are on these ones. Thanks very much, and ta-da for now.